London, the world's financial and cultural capital, attracting over 30 million visitors and more than £50 billion of foreign investment every year. Home to over 400 theatres and galleries, and boasting famous landmarks, Buckingham Palace, the London Eye, the Houses of Parliament, Big Ben. And in their midst, the 4 iconic chimneys at Battersea Power Station, forming the centrepiece of one of central London's most keenly anticipated new neighbourhoods. At the centre of the world's greatest city, the power station will form a hub of a creative and a vibrant new community, set between the new US Embassy and 200 acres of tranquil Battersea Park. Less than 3 kilometres from the Houses of Parliament, and with half a kilometre of river frontage overlooking Westminster and Chelsea, with its fashionable Sloane Square and renowned King's Road, Battersea Power Station will have its own new Zone 1 tube station, served by an extension of the world-famous London Underground network.
Nine Elms will be quite possibly the most important regeneration story in London and in the UK over the next 20 years. We want to use the opportunity of this fantastic redevelopment to put in 2 new stations on the Northern Line at Battersea. I firmly believe that Nine Elms is the last and greatest single prospect for regeneration in central London. It's one of the most exciting things happening in this city.
This will be a neighbourhood offering stunning homes, shops run by local artisans as well as international brands, restaurants, offices, landscape green space and space for the arts, defined by one of the most iconic buildings in the world, Battersea Power Station.
I'm Raphael Vignoli. I'm the master planner for the new project for the redevelopment of the Battersea Power Station site. The most important object of the site is, of course, the power station, which remains the central focus of the plan. The power station is then framed by 2 residential buildings and guides the view towards a park that is the main public space. To the south of the station, we have created a hotel and residential blocks. The access to the site is achieved through 3 main avenues. The High Street links the new tube station with the town square that is activated by retail frontages, cafes, and art galleries, creating a very active urban life. Imagine you're exiting from the tube below. The upper level is very much linked to the lower level. From here, you start seeing the architecture of the buildings that define the space of the high street, leading towards the power station in the back. The power station always remains as a main reference to orient yourself through the site. The second and perhaps most spectacular point of access is what we call the prospect. The main purpose of the prospect is to link the local community to the site, to enable people to have a very clear view of the power station from Battersea Park Road. It's activated again by a series of cafes and opportunities for people to enjoy the space itself. It's lined by trees, highlighted by this reflecting pool that drips down into the public space to maximize the presence of the building in the whole experience of walking through the site. The park will become a leisure destination for visitors. It will be a resource for the use of residents, but also for the public at large. Pathways through the open parkland reflect the historic pattern and the typical tradition of London public spaces. All of these public spaces lead you to the experience of re-encountering the power station, renovated again into a very important attraction. Both turbine halls are also going to be renovated. Each of them is the size of the Tate Modern Gallery. At the top of the building, there's 6 floors of office space, punctuated by a series of atriums that bring natural light to the space. This is a very well-balanced solution for a site with an enormous set of opportunities and challenges. It would revitalize the view of the power station to create a new destination for London.